Hi everyone, welcome to episode 18 of MotorServe TV, which is now also our podcast, available on Spotify and all other platforms. Today I'm very excited to welcome on a true international entrepreneur and business leader, Sukhi Ghuman, who we're very lucky to have secured and to have on today. Sukhi's career began with a degree in law from Nottingham Trent University. He entered the world of business as an entrepreneur in 2003 and has gone on to open, build and run multiple businesses. Sukhie is a multiple award-winning international entrepreneur, having opened and owned businesses in Europe, the Middle East, Africa and North and Central America. His main current role is as the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Octavian Group and CEO of the Octavian arm of the business. The group specialises in protecting businesses, premises, equipment, network infrastructure and individuals themselves, and has now entered its second decade of operations. Sukhie is a business force to be reckoned with on an international scale, and his reputation really does precede him in all that he does. Sukhie is recognised for being an expert at managing multi-service provisions on a global scale, and he's a true leader. This episode promises to deliver a lot of content, so let's get stuck in. Please welcome Sukhie to MotorServe UK. Hi Sukhie.
Cam, how are you, brother?
I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time and making it over from, it's near Nottingham, isn't it?
Yeah, Nottinghamshire.
Yeah. So it's quite a big journey you've taken for us, so thank you very much.
Welcome.
No, it's really good to have you here because I know that you haven't been back in the UK for that long, have you?
Just shy of 2 years now.
Really? It's gone that fast?
Time's
Okay.
flown, yeah.
Time does fly. But I tried to do a good intro for you, but the trouble is, I know you're involved in so much stuff, so it's actually quite hard to make it concise. Is there anything important that I've missed out, or any companies or anything?
Obviously, I'm chairman of the group, Octavian. Don't get involved in the day-to-day running of the main business, which my wife owns and runs. So, but mostly I'm SaaS developing at the moment, developing systems, developing apps. I've got a reputational defence business which we're working on. Got a few of the little projects in the pipeline, so it's just about recreating myself back in England. I've been away for, 10 years.
Wow.
Been away for 10 years, been eventful 10 years in the States. But really tech is the space that I'm moving in now, and I've got a great tech team, both here and in India, and developing systems which I think will do really well here over the next 12 to 18 months.
Brilliant. So when you first started out, obviously you were at Nottingham Trent University, and then you studied law, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it goes further back from there. I was raised in Leicester,
okay,
on the back of a council estate. Left Leicester in '92, my parents split up, which is very tough in those times. So moved to Southampton, probably the most racist place on earth at that time. Lived there, close to my mum's family, and basically really got my schooling back on track. In college, they had a fantastic set of friends there who really took me and looked after me. Can't knock them. I had a tough time there with a lot of abuse from my uncle, physical abuse, mocking and stuff like that. So was very determined to do well at college, which I kind of just scraped through, to be fair, at 3 C's. And I was messing around too much. And then got myself to Nottingham and got out of Southampton and the slumber that we were in.
Yeah.
As a family, we were in a really dark place. And then my life started to take off when I went to Nottingham.
And that was for university primarily?
Yeah, I did law there.
Yeah.
My friends from Southampton went with me, which was great. So we all lived together and we all had some similar problems at home, something or another going on. Dad drinks too much, or this, that, the other. So we kind of bonded together and regained my confidence, got away from the abusive element of our family in Southampton, and started to build my life from there. So graduated in 99.
99 from that, and then you did your LPC as well.
Ran out of money.
Yeah,
I was broke, big time. I was a security guard as well at the time, actually, which will correlate with what I'm going to tell you. So I was working as a security guard and studying, ran out of money. By this point, my family had moved back to Leicester. My sister, God bless her, she bought us a house. We were living on, rented a house, got repossessed in Leicester. There were some tough times. Moved back to Leicester and lived with my parents again from 99 to 2000, was it 2002, which was interesting. I had to learn timings again of when you can play music, when you can't, what time you come in. Finished my LPC at De Montfort and then went straight through and got a training contract with a firm in Rugby.
Wow. So you actually studied, you actually practiced law for a bit. You actually went into a law firm.
Yeah, I went to a great law firm in Rugby, which was fun. I mean, it was hard work. And the first day, the boss just threw a lease at me. So go and deal with it. I don't know what I was doing. I was like crazy, but it taught me to adapt. So I adapted and self-taught myself a lot of things because I don't really study. I just messed around. Got through uni perfectly, right, just messing around. And I did 2-year training contract there, £12,500 a year. 99. 2000, tell a lie. £12,500 year one, 12,750 year two, and then got married in 2002. And then moved on to another couple of firms. So left that firm. I felt it didn't match my ambition. I loved the people there. They were very upset with me. And then went and basically worked in Rugby with a locoming. And then I went and worked in Lincoln. I mean, I was shocked. Never seen anything like this. Only Asian there. Then I got my big break working for a big national law firm called Nabarro Nathanson, and I worked out of their Sheffield office.
You've come across them before.
So that took me to there in 2004.
Wow. And then, so when did you enter? When did you kind of set up your first business?
I mean, I was hating law. I mean, my dad was over the moon. So my son's a lawyer. All this stuff, right? So he was over. I hated it. I really didn't enjoy it, and I mean, I just felt shackled. Something was missing. I mean, I think I just did it because my dad wanted me to do it, and my uncle, the one in Southampton, the abusive one. I mean, he did instill some good things as well in us, not all bad. He'd really pushed me to go into law, and I did it, but I didn't enjoy it. So I was actually suing a security company. There was some litigation going on with one of the main clients. I was one of the junior lawyers. So I just took the file back, read it, understood the industry, and I'd worked as a security guard for 3 years, believe it or not, when I was at uni. So I knew all the bad habits, sleeping, this, that, the other, right? And I decided to set a security firm up. So I got it cleared with my bosses, and set this firm up in 2003 whilst I was still working there. So that I was combining the two. So I was working as a lawyer during the day, and then understanding all the precedents, the documents, creating this huge data bank. In the evening, I'd go and work on my own business. My wife was a chartered accountant, so professional fees were zero. And we'd grow that. So I'd work evenings, all night Friday. So I'd start my Friday shift at 7:30, finish at 6:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, sleep, go and play football, go out for a bit of drinks on Saturday night maybe, Sunday, back on it all day. And this pattern went on for 2 years until I quit law full-time and went into the security industry. And
what happened? Did you build up on its own on the side?
Yeah, so believe it or not, the luck was so great. The first client was Sainsbury's. So I just decided I want to pitch right at the top. So there's a Sainsbury's client of the firm, contacted them, told them this is what I'm doing. And they gave me a site in Wakefield where loads of people had basically died from heroin overdoses. I think there was 3 deaths there. I've never seen so many needles in my life.
Really? Like in the car parks, that's all around it?
Yeah, so they bought this huge site called the Old Gas Works, where basically they were going to build a Sainsbury's at some point. And they'd buy land and hold it. And so they needed security there. So, you know, I went there, checked it all out, scoped it out, used some of my street knowledge, got some dogs. I mean, I was charging a dog out at, I think, £9 an hour back then or something like that, right? It was something ridiculous. I can't remember what it was. And we were charging humans at £11.50 or something. Yeah. I mean, the dog must have cost £100, right? So best investment I'd ever made was the dogs. And so that contract started ramping up. And then my wife came across a company that was going bust and said, look, you've got 2 days. It was in her accountancy portfolio to close this contract. And this was a company of a ex-chief superintendent of police, Nottinghamshire Constabulary, who'd passed it down to his sons, and they weren't doing so well. Company's revenue's about 900,000, but it was going bust in a matter of days. So I snapped that up cheap and just never looked back after that. I mean, that was 2004, and we were within a year of operating doing 1.3 million.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah, and then we just basically hit all the big companies. I was fearless at that time. I wasn't bothered. I contacted Sky TV and wrote a few letters to them, and I could write in legal terminology. So then security companies were either door companies, rough and tumble, or they were really high up. You know, they're big PLCs like Securicor, Group 4. They merged afterwards. So there was nothing in the middle. So I pitched it as middle of the road, run like a law firm. It's not a top PLC, and it's not that, you know, the door companies. And Sky didn't contact me back. I wrote me a little reminder, sent a little presentation, nothing. And then one day, out of the blue, I got a call from Sky. It said, right, you got a job. It's fantastic. Where is it? Dublin. You said you got a presence in Ireland. Yeah, we do. So I flew someone from Nottingham to Ireland. Yeah. So I did the job at Sky HQ, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, at a loss. Put them up in the Conrad Hotel, believe it or not. Got a call again the week after. This went on for 6-7 weeks. So I thought, right, I think I better go to Ireland. So I went there, identified a company to work with from Limerick, and we got the permanent Sky contract for Sky Island. Wow. So now I had Sainsbury's, Sky, BBC. So I was doing a lot of work with the BBC on all the outside broadcast events. That was a company we acquired. And so my reference points were top. And then I was just hitting companies, top companies, starting right at the top and working my way down. And the company just never looked back. It just went on to perform, you know, amazing things. I mean, we did some really, really good stuff.
Wow. So when you acquired these firms, did you get all the kind of manpower with it? Were you just acquiring more and more people on the books?
Yeah, so we acquired distressed companies. Yeah. So we acquired a couple, and what we did is we took the contracts. We didn't buy the company and its debts. That was their problem. Yeah. And then most of our growth was organic. I mean, I think 2007 we were the 27th fastest growing UK company. Wow. So most of our growth was organic. I think a lot of that was a strategy that I went to Dubai on a boys trip, 2006, I think it was 5 or 6, and I really started to study the city. And I went there when there was nothing there. It was just sand. There were 2 hotels, Hilton, Sheraton. Yeah. And I thought this is an opportunity here because I can get in with the big companies, FedExes, UPSs, and so on and so forth. I'm going to hit the logistics market in the free zone. So I put an advert out in the Khaleej Times, got responses, went out there, met the guys, set up. Before you know it, we had 110 staff in UAE. Largest client was Aramex, the largest Arabic logistics company in the world at that time as well. The CEO, still a good friend of mine, Hussein Hashim, and he really had faith in me and gave me more and more jobs. Wow. And then I got work with an arm of UPS. I supplied DHL with alcohol detection dogs to stop the smuggling of alcohol into Saudi, which is a great story in itself because when I was in the meeting, I didn't know dogs could sniff alcohol, right?
Particular things, yeah.
Obviously the ethanol, so I had a connect in Tilburg, so I went to the toilet. First checked there's no one underneath the toilets, right? Found up this guy and woke him up, right? And he was really early in Dubai, so I got him out of bed. I said, look, just tell me, can dogs sniff alcohol? He goes, what do you mean? I said, look, he goes, yes. So I went back in the meeting confident. I said, look, we'll supply the dogs, about 60, 70,000 pound a dog. And they were getting fined like 10 mil, like millions of dollars for every shipment that was going in at the border. So they agreed. They said, yeah, great, do it. So got flights straight away to Amsterdam, hired a car to Tilburg. And the guy said, oh, I can't do it. I can't get you the quantities you want because I've got to breed them and I've got to train them on vapes, on vaporization. So I stayed there 2 days in his guest house, took him out to the local pubs and what have you, and persuaded him. And then he got the dogs. So we supplied DHL with some amazing Belgian Malinois. Then we got there, Dubai government said, no, you can't do it. So we had to get through those hurdles. Then we got there. The floors were too hot for the dogs. They couldn't perform.
Oh my God.
So we had to have shoes made for the dogs. So those accounts in the UAE allowed me to bring it back to Britain and say, well, I'm already on your approved supply list.
Yeah.
So you got past the 3-year trading rule as well, and you're not big enough with it. So we reverse engineered it. And the company grew and grew and grew, and it was a phenomenal success.
Yeah, it's international markets now you're hitting.
Yeah, I mean, Dubai was great. Yeah. The laws kept changing, so we eventually pulled out and focused on Britain. And I mean, we did phenomenally well for a number of years, and then we hit a roadblock in 2009. Yorkshire Bank were funding us, so we were heavily leveraged. We were invoice discounting about 2 million a month.
Wow.
So we were using that for growth, and then when the credit crunch hit, and they recalled all their money, and I was like, shit, this is my first major crisis, and they'd put us into special banking and wouldn't let us do certain things, and they were absolutely destroying us and strangling us. I mean, never felt like that, and the fear of what, failure basically. Yeah. So, luckily I had some really, really good contacts, and 2 groups of people offered me unsecured £1 million to help me out, and God bless her soul, I went with Kavita Overall in the end. I had another good friend in Nottingham, Michael Johal, a very accomplished entrepreneur. Both of them are actually. Yeah. And she invested, and I actually learned from her, learned some things on not having one income stream and diversification. And I mean, it took me a while to recover from that, but we managed to handle it well. We averted the danger, saved the jobs, and then we eventually paid her out, bought her out after a couple of years, and grew the company even more aggressively. And then I think we were at close to 19 odd million. And I decided, I was dabbling with America from 2010. I decided to make the leap and go to America 2013.
Wow. And was that with the security company again? So you went into America as a security company, or?
Yeah, it was as Octavian Security. So we tried Canada first. So we had limited success in Canada. Really, I mean, I was getting really tempted by America. People saying, come. And then, unfortunately, my dad passed away in 2012, and I was kind of a bit disheartened. And I'd bought a house in Arizona by then, which was meant to be a holiday home. Yeah. And I went there to mourn. I just ended up staying there. I just really liked it, and decided to stay there, which in hindsight was the wrong decision, because Octavian was flying. I mean, I didn't need to really go there, but I mean, when I was younger, I was very money orientated and led. Whereas there's more to life now, obviously, which we'll come on to later, cancer survivors, so on and so forth, controversies, etc. I realised that I'm not motivated by money. I'm more success motivated now. And so I rooted my family and moved to the States in 2013.
Wow. But taking a step back, do you know, with you went through that financial crisis, and the people that you mentioned, obviously, they came to your aid, and they're really good people to you. How did you meet them? Was it through your networking exploits before? Yeah, I mean, they must have seen something good in me as well, right? And trusted me that I'm not going to shaft them. I mean, Kavita didn't even do any paperwork. She was great. Wow. And I'm still really good friends with her to this day, both of them. Great people. I mean, they saw something in me, and they trusted me, and they helped me.
It was all unsecured.
Wow.
I mean, and they believed in the business as well. I mean, after that, I mean, we did some, for Octavian, we've done some amazing projects in this country. I mean, we did the redevelopment of Gloucester Quays, all the security, banksman training, everything. We did the extension of Manchester Met, which was 4.5 million, 120 by night, 110 by day. And that had its own problems because you had to go into these different cities.
Yeah.
And you're going to get strong-armed as well. I mean, one event, which my nearest and dearest will laugh about when they're watching this. I mean, I was threatened, you know, they wanted to kill me, basically. And I was getting all types of threats, and I went and met them at Hilton Hotel in Manchester, because that was the most camered hotel in Manchester. And it's the way you handle and deal with people, because security is different. My whole business was different to the rough element. I mean, we had some hairy moments in Glasgow. We met the main people there, talked to them, negotiated our entrance. Same as Liverpool, we had Liverpool Women's Hospital. We were getting strong-armed there. Same as Manchester, Essex. So wherever we went, we also had to negotiate. And I mean, Britain's hardest men were on, and I was like, I know him.
Yeah, wow.
Oh yeah, shut up. So I'm phoning them up, right? But it was a tough industry as well. I mean, you dealt with a lot. A lot of our clients were construction, and we had a lot of copper theft, and you know, a lot of theft going on, plant machinery theft, and a lot of organised crime that we had to work through and around, and sometimes negotiate with as well. So it was a very interesting time for us.
Yeah. So when you say strong-armed, so other security firms who wanted to do contracts and you kind of got them?
Other security firms, but sometimes it was the people that were there. You know, you're coming onto their patch.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not a G4S, you're not a PLC.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not a door company. What are you? And who are you? And how dare you?
Yeah.
So you had to learn the arts of negotiation, and being raised in a rough environment growing up, I mean, it's almost you put those skills to use.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Northfields Estate, Leicester. I mean, anyone can look that up. Very, very dangerous. But I learned survival from the age of 6, 7, 8. Then I went to Southampton, which was, again, rough. And you had to know how to dodge trouble. And I got a nose for, got sent for trouble. And I knew how to get myself out of trouble as well. So a lot of those childhood skills I put to use in my business life. And I think that was very important, because you've got your corporate side, and you've got almost you'll be able to mix it up with people on the street as well.
Yeah.
That gives us an edge over, you know, privately educated people who've not really seen that part of life.
Yeah, 100%. And dealing with the people, because obviously your manpower, it's diverse people, aren't they?
Diverse people, and I mean, I always would like to think that, you know, we respected our workforce, treated them well. Don't get me wrong, we were at some points relentless. We were very driven, very, very aggressive. Like, probably now I wouldn't be as aggressive as what we were. But we created this siege mentality at Octavian that it was us against the world. We spent time together, we ate together. We did everything together as a team. And we went for the biggest contracts. We actually believed we were the best. And we created that momentum, and the growth just didn't stop. It was record growth. And I was spurned on a lot by, like, Asians that are listening to this is really important that, you know, when we grew up, a lot of us had a lot of negativity around us. You can't do this, and you're useless, and you're this, and you're. I had a lot of that, so I was stung by that criticism. You know, I was stung by being put down. So I don't put kids down. I build people up, because I don't want children to feel the way I feel. So I had a point to prove as well. I mean, the biggest detractors were my mum's brother and sister. I mean, they were nasty to us, horrible.
Really?
And they were nice as well at times as well, but mostly the nastiness overtook the niceness. And I took that with me into my life, on how to treat children, right? And also on proving a point, and a point to prove.
Do you think that was a form of motivation, though?
Amazing motivation.
Yeah.
Amazing form of motivation.
Well, you've turned it into motivation.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I wanted to prove that, look, the things that you were, just because you didn't have money at a certain point in your life, doesn't mean that you're useless. I don't like to put anyone down based on finances. Because money, one minute you got it, next minute you're in a crisis.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in business, you know, money's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
If anyone says to me that they're billionaires, the ones that I just can't, and even them, they've got different problems. I went to America, I mean, we did millions and millions there. It didn't make me any happier. So what made me happy is winning, the dopamine of winning, and creating a DNA team that are just winning. I had a great South African guy that worked for me as well. He was living in a caravan when I met him, and he had it in him to win, and he was a great sponge. He wanted to learn. So I got characters like that, either at the end of their career or people that I got pointed through, because I couldn't afford the proper middle management.
Yeah, that was like proven and seasoned.
Yeah, so that's how we went head to head on some of the biggest jobs in the country. Some of the biggest jobs. I mean, we won Camden Borough Council, £7 million contract. We beat everyone in the country to that.
Brilliant.
So
I mean, you're a relatively inexperienced management team.
Yeah, we gained experience on the job. We learned, but I sold it at the wrong time. Sold it in 2015. I mean, I was probably still struggling with the grief of losing my father.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bad decision. But I mean, what we did prior to that, and what's happened since then, I'm proud.
Yeah, no, rightfully so.
Yeah.
You've done a lot. So 2015 you sold it. So you sold it in the UK business, was that?
Right, so sold the business, pound signs flashed. I was in the States. I'd met the guy that invented Sky Vodka, Blue Bottle. So met him by chance in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of all places, in the middle of America. And he took a real shine to me. His name was Maurice Kambar. He was 80 odd years old. Phenomenal inventor. Sold Sky for 420 million and bought all of the real estate in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wow.
And we had ended up in Tulsa via an advert that we'd put out looking for security managers. I mean, not understanding that America's almost state by state.
Yeah.
It's 50 countries.
Yeah.
So we'd like to put a needle there, I'd go to Oklahoma. Went there, met this guy, pitched to his workers, and he goes, yeah, go on, we'll give you all of our real estate to manage, and come to San Francisco and see me and see what else we can do. So obviously got lured by the American dollar as opposed to the British stability, and then decided to sell. And it was a bad sell because they were not qualified to do what we did. I wasn't smart enough to understand how mergers and acquisitions work, and that I should have taken personal guarantees off them. So only really got paid half the money. And then they went off into the sunset, made loads of excuses because the rest was on loan notes, and they didn't pay me $2.5 million.
Wow.
And bust their main company, still actually fighting it to this day. And then we kind of entered into a corporate guerrilla war, which was very interesting. Right? And then I went in a real bad lull then, I was like, what do I do? I mean, I've just ruined all my hard work. I built this amazing company. I'm neither here or there in America. I was kind of like stuck in between a rock and a hard place. And I was running out of funds, fast.
While you were in America?
Yeah, because I had a house in Britain that I had to fund. I had a pad in Arizona. I had workers to feed. So I had to really start thinking fast on my feet.
Where were you? Were your whole family with you in Arizona? But you've relocated everything over there? Yeah,
relocate everything, and I mean, it was just a bad decision. It was an emotional decision, which I don't really make emotional decisions now. I should have sat back, taken stock, understood what was going on around. But I was young as well. I was early 30s.
Yeah.
I was 33, 34. I mean, I wasn't experienced enough to understand that. Listen, this business is rock solid. Don't mess with this business. Keep it where it is. Build what you want. And then what I also appreciated when I was in America was just what a great country we live in here. The stability it offers, the healthcare. I mean, all right, you're not going to make the money you'll make in America, but America's got its own problems, which we'll come on to later. I mean, so I'd learned, in hindsight now, I would never ever have sold. And I would definitely have not gone to live in America. No way. It's a great adventure, but no chance.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You think it was like the adventure and you needed something, you needed to get away?
I think I got out of control in America. I mean, because once I'd started to crack how things work there, business-wise, business is a DNA thing. I mean, you know, you go, once you've got that bug, you will just go and do something else and something else and something else. And, you know, and you prove to yourself that, but at that point I was still kind of seeking validation and I wasn't right. Like, I'm not balanced as well. I'm 47 now, I'm post-cancer, I'm balanced. I wasn't a balanced individual. And I let my anger rule me a lot and proving a point always. So I'd run off into the States doing different things and earning great money there. You know, we set up training programs for mines. I had a great mentor there, a guy called Sukhie. I went from Birmingham here and set up Marriott hotels there, Holiday Inns. So he had given me a real soft landing, but probably should listen to more of his advice. He was great guy. And I took some guys here with me. Some of the mistakes I made was always trying to do business with family and friends. So I lost some great friends. So my advice to everyone, keep your friends out of your business and your family. Trust me. Unless you don't like them, then go into business with them, you fall out with them, or employ them. So I took people out with me. I'd take people out, and one guy that lasted the test, a guy called Kevin Johnston, he was brilliant. Yeah. And we then started building from scratch again. So we had no choice but to succeed. And then from security, facilities management, ended up in healthcare, of all things.
Because you transitioned through into healthcare.
Yeah, and then started building some blocks back in England. My mum was a great lady, great inspiration. My mum's one of my biggest inspirations in my life.
Yeah, brilliant.
And, you know, she was like wanting me to come back as well. So I was coming back more and more. But then I didn't want to leave America as a failure. So I kind of torn between the two countries. I mean, some days I'd wake up in the morning in San Diego, just book a flight, get the train to LA, because LA was cheaper than San Diego, get the flight back, come back here, get my UK dose, and then go back. But I always wanted to come back.
Yeah. So what happened with the transition? So you went from security to facilities management and then to medical care?
Yeah, so at the same time I was doing other things. I was, believe it or not, I was importing USB-C leads from China. I was selling them into O2 stores around the country.
Here in the UK?
In the UK, yeah. I was doing some business in Zambia. So I'd been in Africa a little bit. Lost a load of money in South Africa. So I had a lot of other things going on, which again, I think was the dopamine hit for me. So I'd always look at stuff. I could analyse businesses and understand, you know, what would do well, what wouldn't, and failures as well. So I mean, anyone that comes in and says, "Oh, I was all great success," and I had some failures there, things that didn't work out well. I mean, we had the entire Sephora and MAC makeup contract for Southern California. That was a disaster.
Was it?
Yeah. So we worked in Compton, South Central, all the rap songs where the right, we were providing cleaners there. And then we took that to different parts of America. We took it to Florida, took it to Alabama, then learned that logistically it doesn't work. So we did other things, and winning the work was not the issue, it was maintaining it. And then the big move was transitioning to healthcare. So I had an opportunity to move into oncology, which is cancer care, and rheumatology. So we set up a clinic in San Diego. And that's where I really understood mergers and acquisitions. So I applied the knowledge of what I'd lost in Britain, the money I'd lost. And by the way, simultaneously, I've got this legal war going on in Britain.
Wow.
As well, so I was still trying to...
With your buyers?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about people I'd worked with for 15 years who just did the dirty, jumped ship. So I learned a lot. I learned that, you know, there's very few people with loyalty where they'd stick with you. The ones that did stick with us are still with us now, doing flourishing. Yeah. So they stuck with us. And my wife was frantically working hard as well. She was doing a good job. And then I had a core set of great people here. One was a school friend of mine, Reshma Sheikh, who's now managing director of MSD UK. She was a great support to me. And, you know, we were kind of figuring out if there's a future in Britain. And Reshma was running the business and owned it and was doing a thing, and I wasn't sure whether I was ever going to come back here. But she'd resurrected it with some guidance and was doing really well. And then healthcare really kind of hit me, and COVID soon struck. And then the opportunities, like America, you know, like to say the American dream, the opportunities started coming up, and agents were just phoning me left, right, and centre. There's a doctor here, there's a doctor there. This doctor wants to sell, that one wants to sell, they want out. And different to Britain, I mean, the funding is unbelievable. It's just like on the back of a piece of paper. We'll sell you the business, we'll fund it all, interest-free, you come and take over, pay us monthly, we'll stay in. So I'd got this formula right, and I'd learnt a lot from my disastrous sale in Britain. And by that point, I was doing other things as well. You know, I was doing some consultancy, I was helping people come to America. You know, I had pockets of different incomes coming in, which stabilised me. But at the same time, I was out of control. I mean, I was drinking a lot. I was out almost every night, and I really got into bad habits that are associated with entrepreneurship in America. And the money was rolling in, spending habits were high, and I wasn't paying attention, but I had enough skill to get me by. So I'd set the clinics up, doctors and the management team run the clinics, set another one up, doctors and management team, and then this rolled into a 48 million pound business, close to 50 million pound business. Yeah. So that rolled from 2018 to 2022 when I got hit with cancer.
Wow. And that was while you were in America, at the height of all this?
Yeah, I mean, my life at that point was a train wreck, because I think I was consumed by basically not failing. Secondly, I was consumed by just aggressive, rapid growth. And what you got to understand is anyone that wants to do business in America is highly litigious. You're going to pay a lot of money to lawyers. I mean, we had one lady who said, I didn't get a break on time, and that's emotionally damaged my feelings and my fear of going into work. So an ambulance chaser lawyer will pick the case. I remember this one guy when we went head to head, San Diego, and he went after me personally, went after everything, everything right you could think of. And the aim is that they drag you into a war. The legal system there is like 50 years behind here. So you have to have a lawyer, you've got to engage, and you've got to burn money. You can't self-represent if you've got corporate. So that's how that system works. And then someone else will do it. She'll tell someone else. And before you know it, I mean, my monthly legal bills were between $30,000 and $45,000. And then that starts to take its toll. And then your health suffers because you're eating out all the time, drinking most days, and you're partying. I mean, because that's kind of taking the stress off you. And my family were in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was working 5 hours away in San Diego and just getting more and more out of control. And then something was going to give. I mean, my health took a serious hit.
Wow. And but do you think that active social life, everything that you were doing, that's what led to the opportunities in the first place? Because, you know, you've had a lot of opportunities.
Yes and no. But you've got to have control. I say, I got control now. If I'm going to drink, it's going to be once in a blue moon. I don't really drink alcohol because I chase dopamine. And alcohol for a dopamine chaser is bad news. Do you see what I mean? Because you one or two drinks that doesn't give you that hit. And it wasn't as if I was drinking hard liquor degenerately. Well, I was, but I was, you know, getting more and more expensive. Bottles of wine were getting £400, £500. I mean, my entertainment bill at some points was into the thousands, you know, 20,000 a month, 15,000 a month, if not more. And at times it did help with business, I must say, but it encouraged a lot of hangers-on, and your health takes a hit. You cannot function properly. The next day you're feeling like crap, and you're eating crap to get over the crap. And then come 4, 5 o'clock, the same people already, and then you're meeting someone else and someone else. you're not eating properly. What we don't understand is that you're in the motor trade, right? I mean, different engines are going to be treated differently. And if you're going to work that engine really hard, you've got to look after it.
Yeah.
And this is what people don't understand. And part of my mission on being here today is to educate people. I mean, if I may, on health. It's just so important. I mean, I've got guys my age are dropping dead. And the chase of money you don't need. Chase success, money follows.
Yeah.
And there are diminishing returns from when you get to certain levels of where your happiness levels are.
Yeah.
How you balance it with your family. I neglected my family. My God was money. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I want people to learn from that. That didn't make me happy. In fact, it made me more miserable.
I know, but you're fortunate because you've got your wife and she's been working alongside you pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, we had a really bad patch where, the marriage was, it was hanging on by a thread, if that. It was
in
dead.
America?
Yeah, because I was amongst 3 homes.
Yeah.
So I was in San Diego, and then when I felt like it, I'd just get a flight to Britain, go to the house there, then go back to Scottsdale for a bit, do daddy and good boy husband, then go back to San Diego. And the common theme in all of this was I was living a very reckless life. And I was being lured by all the trappings that we're not taught. I had no base, I was like a nomad, just traveling around everywhere.
Chasing the money.
Chasing cash.
All that success.
Yeah. And taking my eye off the ball. Which brought its problems, which we'll talk about shortly.
So what happened in America? What kind of stopped you? Because obviously you're living a lot better lifestyle now and everything's
I was in the States and I spoke to my doctor there who was in our clinic. So I'd go in once a week maybe and probably go once a week to Arizona's, ones just here and there. And I went there, I said, look, I don't feel right. Something is wrong with me, There's all the signs of heavy drinking. My stomach was coming out here, my face was blowing up. And I was unhappy. I was probably in some deep depressive state, right? And that was with me being comfortable, very comfortable. And growing and growing and growing. And I'd had offers to sell millions and millions of dollars. And something wasn't right. So I said, look, send me off to an MRI. So in 2022 in July, or was it August, sent me to an MRI. Came back, he said, look, there's a few specks on your lungs that I'm not happy about. I said, look, I'm going to England. And I was going for a week in August. I ended up staying 10 weeks when we met at the event.
That's it.
So I came to England. I just said to my mum, I said, look, I'm burnt out. I'm just tired. I want to come home. So I messaged my wife. My relationship with her was very, it was on eggshells at the time. It was dead, basically. And rightly so, she was sick of it, right? With these, the moving around and what have you, and the craziness. And so she was like, "Oh, I'm not coming back to England. Lifestyle's here, great, sun." And I was sick of the sun as well, believe it or not. I like rain, right? Yeah. I was sick and tired of living in the sun every day in Arizona
heat. Yeah.
42, 43 degrees.
Yeah.
Going to work in flip-flops. I just become a slob, right? Yeah. And when I went back, the doctor goes to me, he goes, look, how long are you back for? I said, look, I'm back for 10 days. I've got a wedding to go to in India. And after that, I'm leaving, I'm moving back. I'm going to sell up or shut down. I'm not getting the fulfillment out of this. And I miss my stupid things. I miss my favourite Indian restaurant in Nottingham, right? Who's now my business partners. I miss my family. I miss my brother and sister. I miss the little things, right? And I didn't think America was a good place to raise children. I still stand by that, right? So I went back, had a scan, went out on Halloween, same drill. A good friend of mine, Annalise, and a guy called Ray Khan, who's my close pal, still is. Ray was my partner in crime there, and went out Halloween, didn't feel great, did the usual, ordered a bottle of champagne and rooftop, and got my results the following morning. So I got a call at 8 o'clock and said, look, you've got a 4 centimetre tumour on your kidney and it's bad.
Good.
Yeah, so, I was shocked. But I wasn't surprised. I was expecting something bad. And I'd mentioned it to my brother. I said, look, I think I've got cancer. And he just laughed at me. So I got a flight back to San Diego. I was upset. My kids were very tearful. Couldn't even look at them. And then my wife and I flew back the next day to San Diego. And we just started to fix things in our life. And went to see some specialists, called in favours from hospitals that we'd give referrals to, etc. And they said, like, you got a week and we're going to go in. So we're going to go in and going to remove it. And we need to remove it fast because the kidneys are very vascular and it'll spread. If it's not already spread, if it's spread, you're done for, basically. So I had a week of doing what I was doing. And so I said to my wife, look, let me go now for a week. So we went out to the beach, bars and this, that, the other. So I knew my life had to change. And then the Sunday before I was going to go in for surgery, I went for surgery Monday morning, 4 o'clock, 14th of November, 2 weeks after diagnosis. And then basically reality hit home, you know, they stripped you down, marked you with pens and covered you up. And then I started the comeback on how to change my life. And, you know, and some things are going to have to give.
So it's like massive awakening.
Experience. I mean, I was in a bad state. They took just over a quarter of my kidney, and the surgery was 5.5 hours, robotic surgery. So they ripped everything apart. And it was really slow recovery. They had me on opioids to start with, so I didn't want to take that. So I refused because America's got such an opioid problem. So I was like, I was working the day after I came out of surgery. I was on my phone working, so I still hadn't learnt my lesson on balance or anything. I was still in that rat race. So I said, look, I can't take this for pain. What are you going to give me? So they said, look, we'll give you liquid marijuana. So for cancer, it's amazing. But obviously, it's mind altering. So I'd take a load at night. The doctor would give me a load, help me sleep. But really, in a weird way, it kind of reprogrammed me a bit as well.
Really?
Yeah, it was really, really interesting. It's not like, I've never really smoked. So I smoked marijuana, tried it when I was a kid, I didn't like it. Something else, it was like, help me sleep, but it put me in a more deeper conscious state of understanding what I'd become.
And weird dreams, very vivid.
Dreams, the period before dreaming, I mean, that period before you went to sleep, I mean, it's like I started looking at things differently and, you know, reflecting upon my life and things I did wrong. And then I made a decision that, look, you know, I'm not really liking it here. And fast forward to February, I had some more scans and it looked like it spread to my liver then. So then I decided to come back to England, got straight off a flight, booked into London Clinic, and I got checks done. And they said, look, it's not significant enough a spread, but basically we don't want to touch it. So NHS, I enrolled back in Nottingham. They were magnificent, the NHS were. And, you know, I went on a plant-based diet I was on. So I read a book called How Not to Die by a guy called Steve Greger. Really focused on plant-based diet and how to beat cancer, because they'd offered me chemotherapy, Keytruda, which I refused. So I went holistic and I reversed everything whilst I was in Britain. I moved back here and dropped the news on my wife that, look, no more America, coming back, and the rest is all history, I'd say.
How did they take that? Like,
I mean, really badly.
Your kids,
Yeah, really badly. They were settled. I think they were probably sick and tired of my spontaneousness. And I mean, it was the right decision given the difficulties we've had with the US authorities since then. But I knew the time was right to leave. My mum's health wasn't the best, and I really wanted to be close to my real, true people I grew up with. The guys that I broke bread with growing up, the true me. And then I went off the rails again. I went back into that bad lifestyle.
Over here in the UK?
In the UK, yeah. Because, I mean, I was under tremendous stress because about a year after moving here, the US authorities had really come down on us because we were buying medication from India, some of our medication. And so they'd really, like out of the blue, without no rhyme or reason, just went sledgehammer to crack a nut, which I can't talk too much about because I'm fixing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the practices were 7, 8 of them, and 2 of them would buy some of their chemotherapy from India. Existing practices there. And 35, 40 odd million spent in the States. And I think me as an entrepreneur, especially Asian entrepreneurs, like, whatever, is doctor, is that fine? Yeah, fine. You know, I didn't really do the belt and braces approach of what I would do now, which is get my own team of experts in and have my own people right at the forefront. And so that really hit me hard, and something I'm resolving at the moment. And then I just got back into bad habits again until September last year, where I really, really refocused, dropped all the bad diet, alcohol. I went on a psychedelic healing ceremony in Solihull, believe it or not, just outside of Solihull. I mean, probably the most incredible spiritual thing I've ever done.
Wow.
And it kind of reset me and refocused me. I'm feeling good, I'm raring to go. Some of the stuff we're doing in business at the moment, I can't say too much, we're developing some amazing stuff, cutting edge stuff. I'm thinking clearer, my health is good, not emotion led, I'm resettled back where I'm happier. So the environment around you is so critical to being successful. And you know,
Definitely.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't really get angry anymore. You know, I dropped a lot of people around me which I didn't feel were good for me. Made some changes, more changes, adjustments. Probably the happiest I've ever been right now.
Fantastic.
I mean, earning less, much less, but very happy. Very happy, very, very content, and not worried about the future anymore. I feel the future's bright. I'm in remission now for 2 years. My scans are amazing. I've reversed all the damage in my body, and all that is really by just understanding myself and what business, how it can destroy people as well.
Yeah.
Can make you very wealthy.
Yeah.
The same hand it takes as well. That's the balance. So I've got one house, 2 dogs, which I love. Spend most amount of time with 3 amazing children. I mean, these very balanced, good kids, great wife, and a great support network around me, and a great set of friends and family. Really blessed.
It's contentment.
Contentment. I mean, still get the odd hate. I mean, I divide opinions. So people don't like me. I mean, I'm sorry they don't like me, but I don't really give a shit. And then, you know, always wanted an Indian restaurant. And I'd go to this place to eat in Nottingham, and the guy's like, "Come on, let's do something." I was all right, you know, but if we do it, it's got to be a chain. So we created a concept, 360 Bar and Grill, which I'm having great fun with, and I've got a brilliant business partner. I've got complementary skills.
Yeah.
So I'm confident now I won't fall out with them because I know the trigger's right.
Yeah.
I had to step back a little bit and delegate better.
It's a great place because you were gracious to invite me to the opening, so it was very, very nice. It was great food.
Yeah, it's been great.
So.
The food's really good.
Yeah.
The vibe, which is what I wanted, was Motown.
Yeah, the
old
vibe's
school
excellent.
R&B.
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't expecting it. When I went, it was like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
really
I've had offers from East Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I've had offers from Scotland. People already want to franchise it, so
Brilliant.
I've only been open for 6 weeks, so got to look at that end.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more of a fun project.
Yeah, fantastic. It's more of an accomplishment. Yeah. So that's a really good, worthwhile project then, so something that was close to your heart with the restaurant. But with your experience, because you spoke about your childhood, you spoke about all the people that you've worked with in different communities, what's driven you from the start? You know, how have you got over that negativity?
I mean, I think this is important to talk about this because, you know, I'm starting my own podcast soon and I'm going to talk about, and I want to bring these issues to the fore. I mean, the negativity that a breed of Asians had in the 70s, 80s and 90s, there's a whole community of people that have been put down. I mean, I just recently signed up with this body coach, right? And a lot of what they work on is your mental, right? Juggy, the Asian body coach, brilliant guy, and his wife came on the called to me first, really went into psychologically, what's stopping you from training harder and doing certain things. And then I really got into the psyche of growing up. I mean, I grew up and I was treated like shit by my mum's side of the family. I mean, like a dog. And I was ridiculed about how I looked, how my dad was an alcoholic and I was ugly and thick and this, that, the other. And you guy was just a fucking prick, right? And then he'd hit us a lot as well. So it made me angry. You know, the fuck are you to touch me? And then so when I got to 18, I kind of rebelled and hit back. Then I gave him a pounding, right, of his life.
Wow.
And I got done for that. I got convicted of assault. And on the morning of the trial, the CPS offered me a deal to go guilty with no custodial, right? Because I'd really lost my temper. I could have handled myself when I was younger. And I remember what I said to my dad. He was begging me, my wife was pregnant. I said, look, if I go guilty today, everything I stand for as a human being dies, here and now, in this courtroom. This guy has put me through hell and back, right? And we were entrusted upon him. And what he did was instead he beat us up, ridiculed us, emotionally scarred us. Did a lot of good things as well. I'm not going to say all bad. Yeah. But this is what happens in Asian families. It's love and then humiliate, right? And anyway, I got done for that. Law Society, thank God, stood by me. No strike off. Fined me £5,000. That really was the catalyst for change. That incident in 2005, so my best mate's wedding, where they were invited, and my best mate stood by me as well. To this day, he's one of my best mates. The initial catalyst was that I want to prove them wrong. And there's so many people who are in the same boat as me, and some people haven't had that opportunity to do that. They're carrying this with them, and there's all types of abuse in our community that hasn't been addressed, and you've got all these monsters running around free now, pretending to be like pillars of the community, and they've gone around destroying kids and families and so on and so forth. That was a really big driver for mine, and as much as I disliked this guy, he was a driver for my success. And so, you know, other people that have gone through this got to understand that basically you just never give up. I just don't give up. I outwork people for a start.
Yeah.
If you outwork someone, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. Right? And the second thing is that you've got to be solution driven. I'm solution driven. I mean, we've done booked in our life now, probably £380 million worth of business.
Yeah.
And this guy, in Southampton, used to say to me, look, you're a loser, you're this, you're that. And don't get me wrong, I've had things I've done wrong. Like the America issue at the moment, I could have handled that so much better. I mean, that was just, it was recklessness, you know, of not being thorough. And there's other things I've done, you know, I've lost close friends and family members through my relentless pursuit for excellence. But what I've learned is that I don't harbour anger anymore. And I don't do business on emotion anymore. There's calmness, you can wait, patience. I've got deals going through where I've waited 2 weeks. I never would have waited 2 weeks. It would have been closed, bang, done, next, closed, bang, done, next.
Or not.
Or not, yeah. Whereas now, there's some beauty in silence. Do you see what I mean? And then and there's others that are going to be watching this, who are friends of mine, close friends of mine, who talk to me what they went through some with their parents, some with their uncles, aunts. Yeah. I mean, you have to address that head on and drop that baggage you're carrying. So I don't carry that baggage anymore. I'm free. Looking forward, not backwards. And no validation. I don't seek validation anymore. I mean, if people don't like you, I mean, who gives a shit? I don't give a shit who likes me or not. If you like me, great. I like me. You know what I mean? My kids like me. My kids don't like me. You got a problem, right? My mum loves me. Yeah. Right? So, you know, you're worried about what this guy says, that guy says. I can't please everyone. Anyone that pleases everyone, that guy's a bullshitter.
Yeah.
He, she, they, whatever, right? You can't please everyone. You've got to stay true to your individuality. And that's going to piss people off along the way. I mean, I've got an ex-friend now, and I want to keep this in. I mean, this guy's gone crazy on stalking me, right? I just decided I don't want to be associated with you anymore. I didn't like how you operated. I don't like your values. And so our community people get very angry and they take it very personally.
Yeah.
Whereas, we should be uplifting each other, not competing negatively. I don't compete with them, I compete with myself. So I know I've got because my energy wasted on any of that or harbouring the anger of the way my mum's brother treated us and her sister. And mate, that was all a lesson. I look at it differently now. Take the positives out of it. What did I learn from them? I learned how not to behave. And then I picked their good points out as well.
Yeah, that's brilliant, really. Because as you say, there's a lot of, in the communities, we're very competitive, aren't we, as a community? Like within families, within the actual community itself. And do you think that, they compare it to crabs? We're always constantly trying to pull each other back into the bucket. We won't let anyone climb. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I mean, look, anything negative about me is magnified by 10. But for me, it's a compliment because that means I'm doing something good. Otherwise, you were not going to be bothering with me, right? So it's a compliment. But one thing I learned was from the Jewish community in America. I worked with a number of Jews there. I tell you what, I just see an amazing cohesion. I saw a community that really works in unison, uplifting one another, not putting this guy down or being absolutely ecstatic in someone's downfall. I mean, they're a model to learn from. In fact, I was having dinner with a very accomplished Jewish guy in London. And, I'm just talking about business. I'm not, I don't want to go into political environment, what's been going on. Yeah. Everyone knows, there's been a lot of instability in the world recently. But from a business perspective, we can learn a lot from that community on uplifting and helping. And I'd like to think that I've helped a lot of people in the Asian community. I'd like to think that I've tried my best. But some people, they're wired wrong. And I'm just not an electrician a human electrician to rewire people, and I've learned that. So the ones that have got the correct wiring are the ones that flourish, because your efforts and energy is put towards your own issues. And those day-to-day issues are your family, health, your business, getting all these pistons right to fire correctly.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. I see you in your business here. I'm proud to say you're my friend. And our other mutual friends that we've got. I love all those guys because they're intelligent. You learn something from them. I'm not interested in a guy who just wants to talk shit about people or put people down or is angry competitive. So, we have to work together to teach the new generation, our children, that's not the done thing.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
100%.
If we teach them that, you will weed that out.
Yeah.
I tell my kids, don't worry about them. Focus on you. Focus on what you're doing. And no pressure. Be what you want. You want to be a scientist? Be my guest.
Do you know what? This is a real big pattern emerging for me. Like, you're talking to different people. I think when we were younger, a lot of stuff was imposed on us. We weren't good enough. We were criticised a lot, and then pushed into certain directions, kind of without a will. But nowadays, our generation now we're making sure our kids don't have that pressure.
Because we're carrying that burden.
Yeah, we do.
You've got to understand, we're carrying the burden of, why was I forced to be a lawyer? From the age of 3, he's going to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a lawyer. It's boring, it was shit, it was terrible. Sitting there arse licking all day long, right? And my current ex-boss now works with me, right? He's a great guy, and he always talks about it. He goes, look, man, you could never have stuck at this. Yeah. But the problem is that my daughter once said to me, she goes, Dad, you didn't care about my results. You didn't ask me how my exam went. I goes, I actually don't care. If you're smart enough, you'll do well. If not, you're still my daughter. You might be thick, but you're still my daughter, right? So I took the pressure off them. I'm like, look, we're paying for private school fees, which, my brother would never do. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. They've got to go through what we went through, right? Which, again, is a decent train of thought as well.
Yeah, that's it.
But for the kids, I'm like, why don't you skive a few days? Don't worry about it. They do the opposite. No, Daddy, we want to go to school. Skive. Listen, cheat a little bit in the exams as well, so it's no big deal, right? So I do the opposite for what I was getting railroaded in. To be fair, my dad wasn't too bad. Study, well, you don't study. He's like, Dad, chill. My mum and dad were not too bad. They were irritating with the study shit, right? But it's my again, I keep coming back to this uncle. He was the pain in the arse, right, of having no life and studying. And when I went for my first big job, they said to me, "Oh, why didn't you get a 2-1?" I was like, "Look, man, I was too busy having fun. I had the best time at uni ever, right? I'll take that 2-1 and bank it." And then they gave me the job. So we're changing the way our children see things.
Yeah.
We don't want to pressurise them into something. Like, my daughter's at Birmingham, University of Birmingham. I said to her, "If you don't enjoy your course, forget it. Come off it. Take a year off. Go again next year." Can you imagine our parents saying that to us?
Life would be over if
Failed, bastard, chose this, that, the other. You see what I mean?
You lost a year. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids?
Nalek, man, chose this. My dad's like, "Listen, man, chill out."
Yeah.
Well, my dad famously said to us, some girl must have found the house and snitched on us. "Oh, your sons are really bad. They're doing this." And my dad got the phone. My mum gave it to my dad. And she was telling him, she goes, "You know, your sons are bad. They're messing around. They're doing this." My dad said, "Yes, I hated them too." They're bastards. So we had a comical upbringing as well, right?
Yeah.
And we had a great time. I said to my dad, I said, "Look, mate, either we chase boys or girls." In that time and era, "Marti teri, it's your decision." So he kind of laid off a bit, and I think we did all right. We did so much better than my mum's siblings' children because they were pressurised so heavily to study.
They're on one side.
Yeah, it was weird, kind of rough council estate people come to Southampton, didn't even know how to eat on a table, right? Kind of like wild animals, yeah. So there wasn't that much pressure on us to really do that well. It was like, all right, they're rough, they don't want to do too well. My dad kind of let his foot off the gas.
Yeah.
He was in and out of our life growing up because he was dealing with his own demons. I mean, he was a very intelligent guy from India, but alcohol got a grip on him. So when he was in, he was quite a good person to have around me. I quite enjoyed his more relaxed approach, as opposed to my other cousins, Paul. I feel sorry for them, the way they were treated and beaten up and battered and forced, and they're like robots now, Yes, Dad, no. Whereas I had it in me to tell my dad, "Lad, you're wrong. You're drinking too much, you're not treating my mum well. I don't like some of your habits." And we could have that interaction. And so I expanded on that with my kids. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a perfect parent, right? Because they'll be looking at us thinking, all right, whatever. But we got to ease off on that generation and then teach them good habits. Not talking shit about people all the time, and talking ill of people. I don't want that environment. I don't want them to do this.
From what you described, because we were always forced into the academic side of things, but it sounds like what you're teaching with the academic side, yeah, it's good, but it's also social skills.
Did you go to university?
Did I go to university?
Yeah. Where'd you go?
Aston,
right. Now, be honest, hand on heart, what you learned at uni, are you putting that into practice now?
Do you know what? I wouldn't have if I'd have carried on doing the accountancy, but I do a little bit more because I do business management with finance.
It's bits, isn't it?
Yeah, bits. It's like bits.
So let them go to uni.
Yeah.
They want to get, unless you're a doctor where you apply all that, right?
Yeah.
Even law.
It's not.
I didn't do anything in those 3 years LLB. I learned it all in the LPC.
Yeah.
Right, where
practice course.
Yeah, my mate's got me through that. Respect to her, Nax Singh, right? Nax from Bedford, doing really well. He was forcing me. He goes, "Come on, Sukhie," and for another friend, Sundeep. They were like, "Come on, you can bang this out." I learned it on the job. And a lot of that was with social skills. They've got to have good social skills. And to have good social skills, you've got to give them some freedom to express.
Yeah.
When we were kids, every 2 minutes, shut up. Shut up, chop guard. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Talk too much.
Yeah.
My son yaps on all day. And you know what? I let him keep asking more questions because they're learning.
Yeah.
Answer their questions.
How many kids do you have?
3.
There's 2 boys, 2 girls, one
2 girls and a boy, yeah.
Yeah. How old are they now?
20, 19 and 13.
Wow. In amongst all of this, it's amazing. You've had family time as well. You've had this time with children as well. So how have you balanced all that? You've done all this stuff.
I was balancing it really badly. Again, people come on podcasts and say how amazing they are. I mean, I'm shit at it. I mean, I was good at in terms I loved them a lot. I gave them a lot of love. And fun. We had a lot of fun together, but I wasn't present enough. I was so obsessed with providing because I'd come from a family which the house got repossessed. I mean, me and my brother were in the removal van on our own all the way to Southampton. It was a horrible experience. So it kind of shit sticks with you. So you get obsessed with providing.
And not letting that happen.
But what I forgot was providing is also being present. So I made adjustments. And now I'm more present, and I really, really just enjoy watching them become great humans and got bags of charisma. And my son's got a business, he's 13. So he's in business with Emil Heskey, footballer.
Brilliant.
So Heskey's sons get Puma trainers, and he gets all promotional stuff. He then gives it to my son, and my son sells it, and they've got a spreadsheet. Yeah. Heskey's on the Octavian board now. He went to school with me. So he's got a big business. I mean, today he had 16 parcels that need to be delivered. So he's got that in his DNA, and it takes one person to change a generation. And I think that I changed that generation, which my dad's era, they were really a tough time. My era, I think we've made the generational change now. So the kids are doing really well, fingers crossed. Very, very, and opinionated as well, not scared to give their opinion.
And they've been through a lot. They've been to America, they've come back and everything, resettled.
Yeah, and they've seen it all. I mean, they've seen their dad get cancer, and they've seen ups and downs. I mean, they're rounded, you know, and they're not robots. And I always taught them, don't show off with money. Don't look down on anyone.
Like you said, you can come and go.
Come and go, humble. We go everywhere, we meet everyone. We have friends from all walks of life. From someone who's unemployed to even billionaire friends. You know, Kuwait and places like that. And, you know, you meet everyone in between, going up, going down. So I've really pushed hard to instill that in them. Don't act like rich kids. Very, very important.
Yeah, I agree entirely. That's the kind of mantra I've got with my kids as well. So that's really good.
Yeah, you know, you got to do things. You need to walk in the rain. I don't care. I'm not getting you an Uber. Learn things. Earn your own money. Get a job. They work for Octavian. They do other things, and you know, be self-sufficient.
So, is there anything? What have you got? Can you tell us anything about any future plans? Anything that you got coming up?
I mean, as you know, I've been really engrossed in this case, so I've got to clean that up. Which I've got a legal team working on me, and at the same time I'm working on some amazing SaaS projects. I've got a CTO from India who's phenomenal skills, so I'm translating my ideas. So I've got at the moment 12 open projects I'm working on. 12. Wow. All tech.
And when you say SaaS, for people that don't really understand that,
it's the development of systems, basically in layman's terms. So we develop systems.
For particular areas or industries, or
so I can't say too much, right? But I'm working in about 4 different industries at the moment, and I'm developing systems. So we developed a system. Well, Kevin, my colleague in America, developed an amazing system, which I can talk about, which was a health and safety app for the mining industry. So he did that. Well, basically worked together, brought that to market. So I got inspired by that. Now I'm developing systems for different businesses and apps. I'm developing an amazing student safety app at the moment, which I think is going to go international. It's going to be huge. So that I can talk about. And then doing some other really, really interesting projects, which once developed, I've got to see how I can market it. Marketing is the birth and death of many great ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
So how I'm going to take these products to market and how it catches a fire. So I'm working heavily on that. My wife owns and runs Octavian Facilities Management, and I have no real say in it. I mean, she's the boss. She's got a great team. I'm the chairman and founder of the group, but detached from that business now. So that's got nothing to do with me at all. Let them flourish, and I mean, they're doing a great job. I can see them from time to time. But we've got, as you know, an IT business, a few other businesses. That business is offshore. So we're looking at how we can develop in tech at the moment. Tech's my real thing I'm interested in, and we'll see what the future holds.
Oh, brilliant! Wish you all the best with everything. It's been an amazing journey to listen to. So thank you again for spending the time with me.
Fantastic.
With everyone. So brilliant. Thanks
Appreciate it, Cam.
Cheers, Sukhie.
Pleasure, brother. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed that candid discussion. If you like, please do follow MotorServe UK's channel, like, subscribe and share. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching our episode today. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's one of our best ones to date. So if you do like these episodes, do like our shows, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and do share it with all your friends. Thanks very much.